This video is an apology to the entire martial arts community. Um, I was just recently looking through my old videos, and I just see the energy that I was putting out there and why so many people don't like me from the stuff that I used to say in the past. I mean, I'm growing, I'm learning, and this whole YouTube thing, is new to me. Social media, I never knew the impact that it could have. It's like you make one video, like I make a video somebody asked me what do I think about Paul Vunak. I didn't even know who he was, and then I just made a video saying what I thought about him, and then all of a sudden I look at it and it's like over 22,000 views, and I'm like, how could that be? Like, I wouldn't even imagine people like even caring what I even had to say. And then people ask, what do you think about Wesley Snipes? What do you think about Chuck Norris? What do you think about Jean-Claude Van Damme? What do you think about Michael J. White? I don't even know these people. And then here I'm making a video sharing my ideas, my thoughts on them. But then it looks so judgmental. It looks so like, oh, who are you to judge these people? These people are so much beyond you, and here you are judging them. And it just makes me look like, man, like this person, who is this guy? Criticizing everybody, and it's like, that's not the energy that I want to put out there. And I didn't realize that it would lead to this. I didn't realize that people would actually, I mean, it's one thing to have like 10 views on your video, but if you have like over 20,000 views, whatever, however thousands of views, and then people are like listening to what you're saying, you gotta be very careful what you're saying. Like, you don't want to judge somebody that you don't even know. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody just to judge me just based on one video that they saw of me, or just because of a picture that they've seen of me. And it's just, like, basically what I realized is, like, every time I type in a tag for somebody, no matter if it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Michael J. White or, Kung Lee or whoever, it says martial artist next to them. And it's like, through my own study of the martial arts, I have my own understanding of what I feel the martial arts is, but that's my understanding. Everybody's understanding is going to be different. But what I do realize is that what I think is martial arts, what I view to be martial arts, is not what America thinks is martial arts. It's similar to the word Kung Fu. Like, if you ask an American, what's Kung Fu? What's going to pop up in their mind is like Jackie Chan, maybe Bruce Lee, maybe Jet Li. They might start thinking about that Kung Fu fighting song. They might start thinking about Kung Fu Panda because that's what's in right now. Like, you even look in the dictionary and it says like a Chinese fighting style or something like that, system. But that's not even the real meaning. So it's like the real meaning has been so distorted that people don't know the real meaning. And every time I talk to somebody, I gotta tell them what the real meaning of Kung Fu is, which is basically the discipline to better yourself. But that's not what the people see. So then when it comes to martial arts, when people ask me, oh, do you think this person is a real martial artist? Our language is different. And when I say no, then they take offense. It's like, how could you say no because he's so great, he's so beyond you and so beyond whatever, that who are you to say that he's not? So I have no say on that, because the language is just different. So, like, what people say is martial arts in America is essentially like, to me, it's like combat sport. It's like somebody that's athletic, somebody that can fight. That's what people think are martial artists in America. Somebody that's athletic, somebody that can fight, somebody who could defend themselves. And if it broke it down to that, then I say, yeah, definitely they're all martial artists. Not all of them, but Michael J. White, Wesley Snipes, Chuck Norris. I mean, they all obviously could fight. They all could defend themselves. Now, my understanding of martial arts and my definition of martial arts is different than that. So it's not even right for me to call it martial arts, and it's not even right for me to call myself a martial artist. Because if everybody feels that people that could fight and could defend themselves are martial artists. I don't view myself as that. So there has to be like a different term that I gotta communicate to the public, and it's basically like, I could speak for Kung Fu, like Kung Fu according to my eyes, my expression of Kung Fu, like a Kung Fu artist. Not a martial artist, but a Kung Fu artist. Who is a Kung Fu artist? Then I could be more specific in what I feel a Kung Fu artist is. But since so many people are claiming the martial arts, and they're saying, this person's a martial artist and that person's a martial artist, I can't really use that label like that anymore. I gotta say, hey, a Kung Fu artist is this, according to my study, my understanding, and what I wish to teach. So basically what I'm saying is that a Kung Fu artist is somebody who's developed, but he doesn't compete. Like, he basically is in meditation as he trains, and he's developed in body, mind, and spirit. That's a Kung Fu artist. As far as a martial artist is concerned, I don't really have... That's not my specialty. I can't speak about that because people's understanding of martial arts is combat sport. And here I am, like, almost speaking directly opposite of combat sport, and that's why so many people dislike what I have to say. Because everybody that they view as martial artists, in my eyes, they're not martial artists. But it's just a difference of language. Like, it's like we're speaking different languages. It's like people are speaking English, and here I'm speaking Cantonese, something different that they don't understand, and then we're miscommunicating. That's basically what's happening. We're miscommunicating. So, like, my journey is more spiritual rather than physical as far as combative is concerned. My journey as a Kung Fu artist is more about survival. It's more about awareness. It's more about meditation. So it's like living every day, ready to die, prepared to die, not afraid to die. And then at the same time, you're trained to prevent death through your combat training. It's not for competition. Like, to me, Kung Fu artist, he doesn't fight, like how these pro athletes fight. He doesn't fight like that. It's more of a survival mentality where it's like they fight to preserve their lives during like very dangerous circumstances on the streets. And that's like the only time they fight. Other than that, they spar a lot, they train a lot, and they might make movies for fun, but it's always for like to preserve your life, never to basically injure yourself to the point where you're risking your life and basically lowering your life expectancy. Like, to me, a Kung Fu artist, and what I wish to express to this world, is somebody who lives to old age, lives a long time, is very healthy, very intelligent, spiritual, meditative, humble. He's not a competitor. He's not egoistic. He's somebody that learns to understand this ego and transcend this ego, control this ego. He doesn't strengthen the ego to make it stronger. He's not a bully. And he fights for the greater good. Maybe like right now, Chicago is big right now. Like, there's a protest between, about a cop, a Chicago cop who shot a teen 16 times and killed him. And then they're protesting right now in the streets about that unnecessary use of force. That protest to me is like what martial artists would do, or like what a Kung Fu artist would do, like protesting like corruption. Like, that's the real fight. like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Tupac. Those to me are like kung fu artists. And that's what I want to be. I want to be a kung fu artist. I don't want to be just a martial artist. Which a martial artist is just somebody in the people's eyes right now, in their understanding in America, a martial artist is somebody who's like fighting for profit, for fame. Like somebody like a Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, a Mike Tyson, all these people that go in the cage. These people are considered like martial artists in America's eyes, but that's not what I want to be. I never wanted to be that. My eyes, a kung fu artist, that's what I want to be, is like a Malcolm X, a Martin Luther King Jr., a Tupac, a Bruce Lee, like expressing their talents through art. Bruce Lee expresses talents through film. Tupac through music. Okay, and Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through speech. So when I'm creating these videos, I'm trying to express my art through speech. I'm trying to exercise to get to a high level of physical fitness to be healthy. I'm trying to train in combat to protect myself from the violence in the streets. So there's a clear difference between a martial artist and a kung fu artist that I want to identify. And that's all I'm doing. It's just like a difference of language. This is what I start to see, is that I keep trying to push this to try to say that a kung fu artist, instead of saying kung fu artist, I'm trying to say like, oh, this is a real martial artist and that's a fake martial artist. And that's, people are taking such offense because they're like, how could you say we're fake? We'll destroy you. Come into this cage, come into this ring, we'll kill you in here. And they're saying you're nothing. And then I'm creating like a lot of conflict. That's not what I want to do. It's just basically difference. Like, these people are athletes that are fighting, and they're good at fighting, they're strong, they're fast, they're capable, but that's not what I want to be. So basically, for me to even comment on these people, it's not my field. This is not what I study. I'm not an expert in combat sport. If anything, I'm not an expert in anything, but my main focus is survival on the streets as far as like combative is concerned. And then as far as physical is concerned, it's just like training yourself physically to get the healthiest you possibly can be so you can live the longest. And then spiritually, it's all about meditation. It's all about Eastern philosophy. It's all about the Tao. It's all about living the way. And that's what I'm here to do. So I'm sorry for all the misunderstanding through these years, but I'm starting to see what's going on. And the energy that I put out there in the past is clearly not the energy that I want to be known for. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. So basically, I wanna basically take myself out of the whole martial arts community because I don't belong there. It's like me being at a boxing match when I don't even like boxing, or a wrestling match when I don't even like wrestling. That's not for me. Where I like to be is reading a book about Eastern philosophy. I'm up in the library. I'm different. So I gotta take myself out of this whole martial arts thing and just promote something different. Promote fitness training, promote meditation, promote survival. So a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna do is gonna be about firearms, tactics, awareness, making smart decisions when you're on the streets, and just, it's a different mentality. It's completely different. And that's what I want to do, is just to kind of get myself out of this, these labels have just kind of create a lot of misunderstanding. I just want to stop all that and just be really clear and just basically let the people know that I'm not a martial artist. because what America sees as martial artists, they are labeling fighters, athletic fighters, as martial artists. I am not an athletic fighter. I'm not a fighter at all. I hate fighting. But I love training. I love being fit. I love sparring in a safe way. You know, I love training in the martial arts, but that doesn't make me a martial artist. Because the people's understanding of martial arts is not in accordance to what I wish to promote. What I wish to promote through the martial arts is peace, love, compassion, intelligence, the balanced development of the body, mind, and spirit. And the people that I promote for people to study are Bruce Lee, Buddha, Osho, Tupac, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, J. Krishnamurti, the book Tao Te Ching. Like, these are the people that I promote. And the only person that practiced combat out of all the people that I mentioned, or unarmed combat, was Bruce Lee. Malcolm X used guns. Tupac used guns. Lao-Tzu had nothing. Didn't use anything to protect himself. Neither did Buddha. Neither did Osho. So it's like I'm starting to see I'm not a martial artist. I'm not. That's not my field. My field is something different. You know, basically I want to represent kind of like a modern day Buddha. A modern day enlightened being. And through the practice of my art, to share what I've learned in life. And that's it.